everybody. How are you guys doing on today? It is Angela Anderson hanging out with you today on Angela's Literary Cafe. We are with Janice Lynn. And guess what, guys? You guessed it. Today is today. It is release day. And we are celebrating with Janice Lynn, her latest release. Look at that. You see it in ebook. You see it in print. It is called Breaking the Nurses No Dating Rule. Oh my goodness. Janice, first of all, you had me at the cover and the title, my friend. Welcome back to the cafe. It is always a pleasure to have you with us on today. Guys, you know what to do. Like, tag, and share. Tell a friend to come on down to the cafe because we are celebrating today with author Janice Lynn. And Janice, starting off, we're going to allow you, my friend, to introduce yourself to the people.
Hi, I'm Janice Lynn. I write for Harlequin Medicals, Harlequin Mills and Boone Medicals and stuff. It's actually out of the London office, which is the Mills and Boone division of Harlequin. I wrote for Hallmark as well and stuff on it. I had 3 Christmas stories to come out with them. And I love to write, love to read, and so here I am. So I get to do both.
I love that. I love that. Well, Janice, thank you for hanging out with us here at the cafe. Of course, on release day, we know that you could be anywhere, but you have decided to hang out with us at the cafe and to celebrate. So first off, a happy release day to you. Now, Janice, and they're giving you love. Helen says, welcome and congratulations on your new release. Myra is telling you happy release day on today as well. Thank you guys for joining us. Now, Janice, I want to get right in. I'm super duper excited. I remember when you posted the cover and you was like, this is a new book coming out. I was like, oh my goodness, Janice, you have to come and hang out with us here on the cafe. And here we are a couple of weeks later, you are celebrating your release day. Now, Janice, tell us a little bit about, because you write for the medical romance line or what have you. Before we get into this particular book, what is it that you enjoy about writing for this line or writing medical romance?
Right. So in real life or away from the writing world, I am a nurse practitioner.
Yes.
So I, in that part of my life, there's a lot of bad stuff that happens when you're in the medical field and you don't get to have happy endings at everything. And so writing the medical romances for me is balance because I can write that happy ending every single time. And so maybe it's a control thing that I want to, give everybody a happy ending that comes into my life. But I like that. It helps to keep me balanced of the real world and my fantasy world where I get to write those happy endings.
I love that. I love that. And you share with us that you've also, you wrote for Hallmark as well. Now, Janice, can you spill a little bit of tea for us, my friend?
Maybe.
Would you say as a romance writer that romance writing found you or did you find it?
I definitely would say that I found it because I read from the time that I was big enough to sneak my mom's Harlequins and read them in my room without her knowing. she already knows that I did this at this point in my life. I'm old enough now, she knows. But and I just always thought that that's what I wanted to do and stuff. And so it was actually after 9/11 that I thought, I never pursued that. Why did I never? That was always my dream. I was always going to write romance novels and I never did. And I actively started writing and entering contests and hanging out on eHarlequin and there wasn't as many places then to go as a writer online. And so this was back, right after 9/11. And so for me, eHarlequin was a great place. There had a lot of tools for learning to write and to do different things and meeting people. Heard about a conference with RWA at the time and just signed up and went to Denver without knowing a soul and met some amazing writers and different editors and people. And I definitely went seeking romance and to write romance.
Wow.
Mhm.
Wow. I love that. I love that. Well, thank you so much for sharing. Guys, if you are just joining us, we are celebrating with author Janice Lynn on today, guys. It is her release day of Breaking the Nurse's No Dating Rule. And I'm super duper excited about that, guys. Check out that cover. Janice, that's what we got to talk about next. Tell us, what was it like for you when you saw this cover for this particular story? Because this is not your first medical romance through Harlequin, but is
Mhm.
this the first in a new series? Or tell us where we are with that, and then
So,
tell us
so
about
I
the
had
book.
written a few that were in series with other authors, and it's kind of funny. My hallmarks were all connected stories. I actually have never done that with my medicals, which is interesting. I'm sort of going, I never really have done that. For whatever reason and stuff, I have not. Just the ones with other authors that I would be like the second book of a series, maybe of 6 books or something
Oh,
along that line.
wow.
But yeah, no, it's interesting. I do love this cover. When I saw it, I was like, oh yeah, and stuff. But just because it's just an eye-catching cover. She has a look to her that makes me wonder what she's thinking, and that definitely was this
Yes.
heroine. This heroine definitely was a different kind of heroine for me to write
Yes.
too, and stuff on it. And she has a phoenix tattoo on her wrist. You can't see
Yes.
it on the cover and stuff on it, but it was all about her becoming herself and rising above her
Yes.
past and her family and just and becoming who she was meant to be. And so I
Yes.
love that because I could see that with this character and sometime on the cover. And sometimes you get your cover and you're going, I don't think they read the book, or whatever
Yeah.
and stuff. So
But
it
yeah,
was a
yeah,
great cover
definitely.
for the story.
Once you
Mhm,
read the story, the cover definitely captures the
mhm,
essence
mhm,
of her as well. So I was glad to see that. And guys, you'll find out a little bit about this red dress.
mhm. Yep, yep, that's right.
And where she wore
Mhm,
this red dress and
exactly.
all this good stuff as well when you read the book. But again, thank you guys for joining us on today. If you're just joining us, we are hanging out with author Janice Lynn on today, guys. It is release day, and y'all know how we like to do it here in the cafe. We definitely like to celebrate with the authors when it is their release day. And Veronica is telling you that it is a lovely cover
Thank
as
you,
well.
Ron.
And of course, guys, we will be sure to share with you how you can get your hands on a copy of this amazing story. It is available in ebook and it is available in print. As you see, I am showing you what the ebook looks like, and Janice is showing you what the print copy looks like as well. Oh yes, I love it, Helen. Yes, every woman needs one dress and one red dress and one black dress. Yes,
Absolutely.
absolutely. I love that. I love that
Yeah.
as well. Now, Janice, you shared with us a little bit about what it was like when you saw the cover. Now, I want you to spill a little bit of tea or as much as you can about this next theme. Okay, this title, Janice,
Mhm,
Breaking the Nurses
mhm.
No Dating Rule. And of course, guys, once you read the
Right.
book, you'll understand the title will definitely make sense. But Janice, was this your original working title or this title
No.
kind of evolved? Tell us about it.
So my editors or the marketing, they definitely come up with the cover. I'm 35-ish books in with Harlequin now, and I don't give titles anymore to my books. I
Oh,
just go by
wow.
the hero and the heroine's names when I turn that in. But there was definitely this heroine because of her past and how she had struggled with so many things in the past.
Mhm.
To rise above that, one of the things she had done was she had made herself a life rule book and stuff so that she wouldn't fall back to problems of the past.
Yeah.
And so she had convinced herself as long as she, followed these rules, she could stay on the straight and narrow and not relapse, not go back to the things that she had
Right.
done before. And so she was in school working on her master's degree and was working as a nurse. And so she had a very tunnel vision of how she
Yes.
saw her life proceeding, and she didn't want anybody messing with that.
He
So she
did
didn't want
not.
anybody messing with her rules, and she didn't want to break her rules. She knew where she wanted to go and what her goals were.
Exactly.
And everybody just needs to stay out of her path.
Right.
So,
Oh my goodness. Yes,
mhm.
yes. I love it.
But our
I love it.
hero was not on board with that. He was not going to let her
Y'all,
get away with that.
yeah, look, Janice, I was like, I was so rooting. I was so rooting for him. I was so rooting for him because I was like, man. I mean, even with like the meet cute, well, they work together, guys. So it's it's kind of, it goes into like a work romance, but they work together.
Sure.
He's the doctor, she's the nurse, on the floor, or what have you. But just with the meet cutes and Janice, even when he was shooting his shot,
Absolutely,
like I don't date.
Right. Yep. Yep.
And it was like she was trying to like let him down easily, and then it even went into that, like in your mind you're hearing like awkward, like this is like really awkward right now, but but you gotta give it to Boone. I mean, I was rooting for him. I was like, he is determined to shoot his shot as well. But guys, if you're just joining us, we're hanging out with author Janice Lynn on today, guys. Let me just tell you, she got a winner. Her new release, it is hot off the press on today. We will definitely be sharing with you guys how you can get your hands on a copy of this. And of course, if you have a question or two for Janice, feel free to put it in the comment section as well. Y'all know we like to be interactive here at the cafe. Now, Janice, I want to ask you this. Can you share with us what inspired this particular story, or what have you, because this story is rich and it has some depth to it, and definitely when we deal with the characters and what like Julia, I mean, she's complex, she has a past that she is trying to, she's definitely getting above her past. She's turning around a new leaf. She's she's determined to finish school, to get her master's, all of this good stuff. She has her goals and things of that nature, but it's layered or what have you. And then of course you have Boone, who comes along, but he don't really know her past, but he just knows that he's really attracted to her and that he wants to get to know her better. So for you, what inspired this story?
So again, as my job was a nurse practitioner and stuff on it, we encounter so many people who struggle with so many things and stuff in life. And so I think it's very easy sometimes to want to write characters who are perfect and stuff on it. And sometimes I try to make my life as difficult as possible, I think, because I thought, how can I make her this flawed and make readers still like her? She's a very, it would be very easy to dislike her with some of her character flaws and stuff. Right. And so that was one thing that I really was struggling with, to make sure that I had her to where the reader would feel empathetic with her from the very beginning. Because, we have a certain expectation when you pick up a romance novel, and you don't necessarily think about your heroine being an ex-addict and stuff.
Right.
And so, and so her perspective on that, and that, there wasn't necessarily one person that inspired the story at all, but definitely, as all of us in our society today and stuff know somebody who's had a problem with drugs of some sort, whether it's alcohol or pills or something illegal and stuff on it. And so it's something that we really deal with. But I wanted to write a character who had dealt with that and overcome that, and to have her romance, and to have her fantasy, and to show that in a romance novel, even though it's a short contemporary romance novel, but to take a character through that arc and stuff on it. And so anyway, so it was, I said I really stretched myself because I really wanted her to come across the right way and stuff on it.
Well, I love how
that so far. Most of
I love how you made her
that's
layered, and real and relatable, and you also, of course, I said I was rooting for Boone, but I was also rooting for her to continue winning, or what have you. When she did have this thing that she was overcoming, or what have you. But you did find yourself rooting for her to continue to win as well, and like you said, wanting her to be able to find love, or what have you, because of course she had her share of duds, and it was almost like been there, done that. I am not fooling with that right now. I am focused. But when Boone came along, you did find yourself not only rooting for him, but rooting for her to say, okay, can you relax relax
Right.
it just a little bit to let
Right.
him in.
Sure. And that, and that's part of it too. It's like to have it to where you weren't just beating your head of why does she keep telling him no? It's like,
Right.
you had to make her to understand like her past where she would be so tunnel visioned on that of the past mistakes that she had seen happen, from
Yes.
her mother or from, even herself. And like, I'm not going to
Mhm.
risk going back there for nothing. I
Yeah.
have my goals. That's not where I'm at this point in my life. I've got to stick to my goals and not let anything distract me from it.
Yeah, and Janice, of course, guys, we want you guys to read it, so we're not going to give you too
Yeah.
much because we want you to pick up the book. But Janice, I love how he was persistent and he was patient.
And that was hard too in today's society as well, because you can't push too much without it coming across kind of like, is he
Right,
overstepping the
right.
boundaries? And, it's, yeah, so that was hard too, because it's like, well, I can't have him seem stalkerish and I can't have him seem like he's pushing her too hard. If she says no, then he can't keep pushing. But yet, but he
Janice,
needed to keep
it's
pushing because
almost like
she
it
wasn't going
reminds
to
me of
step in to begin with. So trying to find that
did
balance.
you watch Family Matters with Steve Urkel?
I know exactly that is, but it's been a long time since I've seen it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it reminds me of, like when he would be around Laura, he'd be like, I'm wearing you down.
Yeah, yes, that's right. I remember that.
So I
Yes,
felt like, yeah, but
yes,
he was so smooth with it because if he felt like it was too much or that
mhm,
he had offended her, of course he would acknowledge that, and then
yes,
he would kind of take a step back, but then he would
sure,
do something or say something that he could kind of see it in her eyes, like, okay,
mhm,
okay, okay,
yes,
okay, I see she
mhm,
kind of feeling me,
right,
she kind
yes,
of feeling
mhm,
me as well.
yes,
Guys, if you are just joining us, we are hanging out with the
mhm,
amazing Janice
mhm,
Lynn. Guys, she has a new medical romance through Harlequin. It is called Breaking the Nurse's No Dating Rules. Let me just tell you guys, it is an enjoyable read. You would definitely enjoy. And yeah, Janice goes deep, but yet it is still a romance, and you will get
sure,
your happily ever after with that
mhm,
as well.
absolutely.
So, Janice, now you did share with us a little bit about what inspired this story, but for
Mhm,
this one,
mhm.
what came first for you? Was it your characters or was it the plot?
Do you know that what came first was I wanted to write a heroine who had rose above her past,
Okay.
so she definitely was what came first to me, because I knew I wanted to write that strong character. I like to do that sometimes, like with my hallmarks and stuff. They were very hallmark, but yet you knew that my hero had had post-traumatic stress disorder and that he had seen
Mhm.
really bad things. But I kept it very hallmark, like it's
Right,
like, okay,
right.
well, it's going to be hallmark, but you're going to know. And I wanted to keep it real, and that's kind of the way this book is too. It's there, but it's not in your face at all and stuff on it. Like,
Gotcha.
you know what's happened in her past, but it's not, it's not slammed in your face or anything and stuff. But it's so she came to me first, and then I had to try to come up with a perfect hero for her, because it would take a very special hero
Yes.
to love her the way she needed to be loved and the way she
Yes.
deserved to be loved. And so she came first, and then I kept thinking about him and what kind of person he would need to be. And then when you think about what kind of person he needs to be, and then it's like, okay, well, what's his conflict? What's going to keep him
Was exactly.
from being able just to jump on board and be completely perfect? What is his past? Because we all have one. We all bring something to
Exactly.
the table, some type of baggage, something that we do. And so yeah, so that was, so it was her first, and then coming up with him and his character, and then giving him those flaws that was going to stand in the way of him, once he started learning more and getting more involved, of him having to say, okay, wait a minute and stuff.
Wow. Wow.
Mhm,
I love that. I love that. Now, Janice, when you think about the characters, and of course,
mhm,
I'm gonna let you, if you want, we can start with Boone. And Boone is the doctor,
mhm,
guys, but
mhm,
that's what some of his other
mhm.
colleagues call him. And even at the beginning, he's trying to get her to call him
Right,
that. And
absolutely.
she's like, no, that's
Mhm. Yeah, she's
or
trying
what
to
have
get as
like,
many
that's
barriers
a little
between them as
personal,
possible,
what
because she
have, yeah,
knows she's
yeah.
already feeling it. Mhm.
Yes, 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 yes. But how would you describe Boone to us, for those
Um,
that haven't read it yet?
charming, but used to like women thinking he was charming to where part of him doesn't really understand why like she's so standoffish because
Right.
he catches her looking at him and he, so from his perspective, it's kind of like, okay, I feel this connection between us. Why are
Right.
you like saying no? And why won't you call me by my first
And
name?
giving him every excuse,
Mhm. Right, exactly. So I think he was a very charming. I think he was a very strong character too,
Mhm.
in a lot of ways and stuff on it. But also emotional and not necessarily afraid to show his emotions and
Yeah.
stuff as well. So,
Mhm, mhm. I love that, I love that, and even, because even, like, the other nurses, they would call him, like, the good-looking doctor.
mhm, yeah. Yeah,
And
yeah. There was a say, it's kind of like okay, he was charming, but he kind of expected her to fall for his charm. It was a little bit like,
right.
okay, wait a minute, excuse me, hello.
I love that, I love that.
But not
And
in
tell
too
us
much
a
of an
little.
arrogant way. So,
Yes, yes.
mhm,
And tell us a little bit about, Julia. How would you
mhm,
describe her? If you had to describe her in 3 words or more, how
mhm.
would you describe Julia's character?
So Julia is, wow, she is a person that I feel like if I just started naming random persons in the area where I live, that she would fit their character, because again, she was raised by a single mom who had a drug problem. She was moved around all the time. She had no stability whatsoever in her growing up, and she, so she never in some ways I feel like people would say she never had a chance and stuff on it because she was never in the same school, she was never in the same classes, she couldn't really make friends because as soon as she would make one, her mom would lose her
Yeah,
job or move out of that boyfriend's house and have to move somewhere else and stuff.
right.
So Julia hit rock bottom herself and got mixed up with things she shouldn't have, and
Mhm.
ended up in a rehab program that turned her life around. And she wanted to walk the straight and narrow, and to again be that phoenix and to
Right.
rise above, and to put a burning flame in the sky of yeah, wow, look what I did, look what I
Yes.
and stuff on it. Look what I accomplished and how I can help other people, because that was
Yes.
also very important to her, was to be involved and to help others. So, mm.
Yes, yes. Now tell us a little bit about her coworker and her good old friend Stephanie. Look, everybody needs a Stephanie.
Yes, they do. So Stephanie is the little devil on her shoulder saying, "Do it, girl, do it. Don't say
She's
no,
like,
go
go on
for
and
it."
take that
That's yeah, yeah. So she has her rule book on one shoulder saying, "Okay, this is how you got to do it, and you don't waver from it." And she's got Stephanie going, "No, no, 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 you go for it, go for it."
right, right.
Yeah, they're giving her some pushes, and yeah,
Yeah.
and kicking her in that direction. So. Mhm. So
Oh my
Stephanie
goodness.
also worked with Boone, so she loved him. And
Yes.
she could see what was happening and could see the dynamic there, and so she was totally, she was enamored by him as well. So she
Yes.
saw he was a good guy.
She did. Yes, 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 yes. She was definitely rooting for them as well. Now, Janice, when you think about the characters in this particular story, breaking the nurses no dating rules, is there a character for you that was, like the most interesting or fun for you to write? But on the flip side, was there a character that was a little more complex that at times may have given Janice pause, where Janice said, okay, wait a minute, I got to think about what this character want to say, flesh this character out or what have you. So kind of like a two-part question.
Sure. So definitely Julia was so complex that she was hard to write.
Okay.
Because again, I didn't want to have anything dark on page at all
Mhm.
and
Okay.
stuff on it, but I wanted to make sure that the readers sensed her dark past.
Uh-huh.
And she's a very positive person. Like on the very first page, somebody asked her how she's always so happy and stuff.
Right.
And she's so
Yep.
happy
Mhm.
because she overcame all of that, and she is very happy with her life that she's made for herself.
Exactly.
And
Mhm.
one of her rules and stuff, actually the first one that she, again on the first page is in her rule book. She has choose happiness and stuff.
Yes.
It's one of her
Choose
life
happiness.
rules, and she does. And so that is very important to her. So to make sure that dark is there and that it's that strong enough conflict that everything she does is believable, that she's going to stick to those rule books, that can be hard because you don't want the dark on the page, but you want the reader aware of the dark.
Right.
But it was
Yeah.
there, and for it to be strong and believable. I think on the flip, like for Boone's character was fun to write, just but making sure he didn't come across as too aggressive. And then in the dark moment, and I won't give it away, but making sure how he reacted to things didn't completely turn the reader off to him, because I
Right.
needed it to be strong and I needed it to be real of how I thought he would really react,
Mm-hmm.
but yet not make him so unsympathetic that you couldn't forgive him. That's
Right.
and stuff on it too, because he was going to react pretty strong to some
Yeah.
of the things that happened and stuff.
Yeah.
But, again, our past make us who we are, and so his past made him react to certain things in a certain way, and so he, and
I
making
love
sure I
that.
accomplish that. Mhm.
I love that, guys. If you are just joining us, we are celebrating with author Janice Lynn on today, guys. It is release day, Breaking the Nurse's No Dating Rules. It is hot off the press. It is available in ebook and it's also available in print as well. Now, of course, Janice is going to read us
Mhm.
a little snippet. I'm going to allow her to set it up
Mhm.
and share with
Okay.
us what she is going to read for us on today. And we are ready when you are, Janice.
Okay. Let me see here. I'm just going to read the little part right out of the front of the book, just because it's a short little snippet here. So, you plan to wait 6 months to take me on a date? I should hold you to that, Julia threatened, heart pounding because she couldn't believe he was even saying such nonsense. No way would he wait for her. Not that she wanted him to. She'd not really had a plan on when she'd start dating, or even if she would, just that she wouldn't while in school to avoid anything that might pull her away from success. Good, because I intend to hold you to our graduation day date. I know I did a train wreck of a job when I asked you to this party, so let me get this one right. He gave her, Boone gave her one of his lopsided smiles. Julia, will you give me the honor of taking you to dinner to celebrate earning your Master of Science and Nursing degree in May? Why did his question feel like so much more, as if her entire life depended upon her answer?
Guys, there you have it. And let me just tell you, when you get to that part in the book, so we, like I said, we're gonna give you a little bit of tea. This is like his second time asking her out, because when he asked her out the first time, first she was kind of like taken back, like, okay, is he really asking me out? What have you? And of course she turns him down and what have you. But this time when he asked her, basically she gave him this excuse of why she's not dating right now and when she possibly might be dating or whatever. Guys, it's 6 months away. And Boone is like, you know what? I'm gonna shoot my shot. Okay, let me go ahead and ask you in advance.
Right. Yes.
For 6 months away. And he already had her down, because he was like, more than likely she's thinking, and this is what she was thinking, guys. She's thinking in 6 months, I'm going to be like moved on to something else. He was like, but I'm going to show her.
Right. Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. So LaShawn asked if it came in trade.
Okay.
It comes in paperback, ebook. It doesn't come in trade size. It does have like a larger print version and stuff in the contemporary little paperback and stuff on it. They're not, the medical romances are not sold in the retail stores like Walmart and stuff in the US. They are in other countries. So it's pretty much ordered them online, either from Hallmark, Mills and Boone, or Amazon, Barnes and Noble, places, any retail bookstore online should have it. So
there you have it. And thank you so much for answering that, Janice, as well. So when you go online, guys, to the Harlequins website, or if you go to Amazon or Barnes and Nobles or any of the websites, you can order it in print as well. And Janice, as she stated, it can be received in large print as well if you need a little larger writing, as well as ebook format for this book as well. So thank you for asking that, LaShawn. And she said, thank you, Janice, for answering her question as well. Tiffany said to your snippet, she said, planning is everything. Yes. And Tiffany, he was planning ahead. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
He was going to get him a date. Okay.
Yeah.
Even if it's 6 months out.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love that. I love that. Janice, thank you so much for that snippet as well. And of course, my friend, we have to play a round of this or that. I promise you, Janice, it is no right or wrong answer. It is all things according to Janice on today. Janice, are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm ready.
All right, Janice, first up, countryside or big city? Countryside or big city?
Countryside.
I love that. I love that. And
No
Janice,
doubt.
it is the new year. So are you a glass half full or glass half empty?
Oh, glass half full. Absolutely.
I love that. I love that. Now, Janice, we taking a trip. Are
Mhm.
we going by plane ride or are we going by road trip, my friend? Plane ride or road trip?
We are going by plane. We're doing another volunteer trip to France again this summer. So I'm not taking a boat or a road when I go back to Normandy with my veterans. So
I love that. I love that. And of course, Janice, for the people, let us know, are you team tea or are you team coffee?
neither. Well, I don't drink
Okay.
tea or coffee.
Okay.
So
What is your drink of choice? Do you drink water? Do you drink
I drink
lemonade? Or what's your
water.
drink of
I
choice?
do. I drink
What?
water.
Hey, water's
Yeah, I
good.
know. I'm like occasionally milk, almond milk. Yeah, I'm a water girl. I am. So yeah,
And
I did
Janice,
soda pop about 10 years ago, and
uh-huh.
I never drink tea or coffee. I love how coffee smells. Love it. My husband drinks it when he makes it. I'm like, but I don't drink it. My mom says I don't put enough stuff in it. She said if you put more
Oh,
stuff in it, you'd like it. And I'm like, is it coffee if you have to put a lot of stuff in it? I don't know.
right,
So,
right. Now, Janice, see, you are already ahead of the game because you know a lot of times at the beginning of the year, people do like the water
mhm,
challenge and all that
right.
good stuff. But how do you get your water in? Do you have a large mug that you take at the beginning of the day and then you just drink it down? What does that look like for Janice? Nice.
Water. I just fill up. I have a different one I bring to work with me. I think it's like 25 ounces, and I usually will drink 1.5 to 2 while I'm at work, and then throughout the day. Most of the time, I've drank one before I ever go to work. So I usually get about 25 ounces in before I ever head to work, and then just drink throughout the day. I like water. As I
I
say, I'm
love
lucky
that.
because I do like it. So it makes that easy. So I didn't when I first quit sodas. That was hard. I won't lie. It was hard and I had already cut down to where I only had one a day. But I was preaching to my patients, and I thought, it's kind of hypocritical for me to keep drinking this, and I'm like telling them to stop, and I'm still drinking it, knowing it's not good for me. So I'm gonna quit. So I did. So, but I miss it
I
sometimes.
love that. I love that.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
Jennifer had a question. She wanted to know, what do you do to celebrate release day? Great question, Jennifer.
So I was at the beach today. So I live in Tennessee. So we don't have any ocean or beach or Gulf or anything like that. And so I am staying with my best friend. She's a writer as well. And we are here and we walk the beach today and we look through shells looking for shark teeth. And
That's cool.
I come and I talk to Angela.
Yes, she celebrated with us here at the
Yeah.
cafe as well. I love
And I
that.
wrote this
I
morning.
love
So I
that.
wrote for probably about 3 to 4 hours this morning, working on my next book. So.
Oh,
Mhm.
exciting, so
Mhm.
exciting. Well,
Mhm.
Janice, it has been amazing, my friend, hanging out with you. And of course, guys, there is a giveaway.
Mhm.
I'm going to
Mhm.
allow Janice to
Mhm.
share with us what her giveaway is going to be on today.
Okay. So I am giving away a $10 Amazon card. So that way you can buy my book or you can buy somebody else's book or whatever you want to do. So, or
I
just give
love
yourself
that.
a
There
gift.
you have
That's
it,
okay
guys.
too.
It is
So,
a $10 Amazon gift card that we are going to do. And Janice, I'm going to get you, my friend, to help me out. I'm going
okay.
to go up and down the comment section, and you're going to tell me when to stop. And then the
Okay.
person that we lands on, when you tell me when to
Okay.
stop, they will be the winner of that
Okay. So I'm going to
amazing
turn
gift
it to
card.
private.
Okay,
So I
I am
won't
ready when
see.
you
That
are,
way I'm
Janice.
on private and that way I can't see what you're doing.
Okay, yep. You just going to tell me when to stop.
Okay. Stop.
Okay. Tiffany of Tips Happy Place, you are the winner, my friend. If you will inbox us your information, we'll make sure that we get your gift card as well. Thank you so much for
Congratulations.
joining us on today. So congratulations to Tiffany on today. Be sure to inbox us your information and we will get
Yes,
you
absolutely.
your gift. All right, guys. Again, Janice, it's been amazing hanging out with you today. Can you
Mhm.
tell us here at the cafe,
Mhm.
what did you enjoy about writing Breaking the Nurse's No Dating Rule?
I love Julia's character was hard, but I also loved writing her. I am so proud of her character. And so I loved writing that. I also loved writing the end of that book, not because I was at the end, but I just love how it all came together. Like,
Yes,
and stuff with it.
I
I did.
love it.
I enjoyed their happy ever after scene so a lot. So, and like it,
I
sometimes
love that.
sometimes you write it and it doesn't give you quite as much of a good feeling. You have to go back and rewrite it a couple of times. When I wrote that one, I was like, oh yeah. So
And I'm
mm,
sure, Janice, that is a great feeling when that happens as well. And guys, that's our show on today. We've been hanging out with Janice Lynn. We've been celebrating with her on today the release of her latest book, Breaking the Nurse's No a Dating a Rule. And of course,
yes, I
Janice,
do.
yes, and
Yeah.
of course, Janice, if you can share with us, how can we get our hands on a copy of this story?
So Harlequin has it, Mills and Boone has it, Amazon, Barnes and Noble, any online retailer you should be able to order it from on that, either in or in the paperback. It's just a contemporary paperback book. Mm-hmm.
I love that. I love that. And of course, Janice, we have to find out, my friend, how can we stay connected with you?
Um, uh, I am on Facebook more than I am anywhere else. I am on Amazon, or rather, I'm on TikTok and I'm on Instagram, but I'm not very good and I'm not there very much. Facebook is kind of my thing. It's like, oh, okay, I can watch my kids and I can do all this and that and stuff on it. So I'm on Facebook more than anywhere. Janice Lynn author. I'm on Twitter or X or whatever it is now and stuff too. And www.janicelyn.com. Mm-hmm.
I love that. I love that. And Janice, on your website, is there a newsletter that they can sign up for as well?
Yes, there is. Absolutely. I do have a newsletter and it gives out information, and I give giveaways and different things and stuff through the newsletter as well. So, and usually just opening the newsletter is like how it gets entered and stuff to my author assistant, and she picks somebody and we give away a lot of times gift cards and stuff too. I think that's easy and fun, and everybody can buy books or whatever. So,
I love that, guys. And make sure that you are following Janice Lynn. Make sure you go to her website. You can sign up for her newsletter as well. You can find her. You can follow her on social media. All of that good stuff as well. And of course, like, tag, and share. Tell a friend about her latest book, Breaking the
thank
Nurse's
you.
No
Thank
Dating
y'all. I
Rule.
appreciate it very much.
Yes.
So,
And guess what, guys? Even on her website, you can find her backlist. You can go online and find her backlist. You can get any of her other books as well and read those. And of course, guys, once you read it, I definitely be sure that you leave a review. I know that Janice will be so appreciative of that.
Thank you.
Yes. And thank you, Veronica, for joining us tonight. She said, nice meeting you, Janice,
Yes,
and
you
for
too,
us to
Veronica.
have a wonderful night as well. Thank you, Veronica. We appreciate you joining us on today. Guys, that is our show on today. It has been amazing hanging out with Janice Lynn. Go get you a copy. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Like I said, definitely leave a review of this amazing story. All of that good stuff. If you see it out or if you get your copy, definitely take a picture, tag Janice
Absolutely.
in it as well. Yes, I love that. And of course, guys, as we always say here at the cafe, have an amazing day, because we're having an amazing day. And until next time, we'll see you later. Go
Thank
get your
y'all.
copy.
Thank y'all.